there's going to be a lot of changes for Canada immigration in 2022. So if you are planning to come to Canada in 2022, we'll be talking about 4 easiest way to immigrate to Canada. So watch this video till the end.
And if you are new to the channel, we would highly recommend you to subscribe to us so that you get all the updates for Canada immigration.
So it's -29 today and we are still going for shopping, but we will be making this video and sharing all the information with you. Let's continue with the video.
So let's talk about the first and most popular program, which is Express Entry. There are more than 100 immigration programs to move to Canada, but this one is the most popular one.
And we moved to Canada using Express Entry program. So we can say that it is the easiest and most popular one.
There are 3 categories in this Express Entry program. The first one is Federal Skills Worker Program. Second one is Federal Skills Experience Class. And the third one is Canadian Experience Class. If you are eligible for one of these classes, you can still be eligible for PNP, which is Provincial Nomination Program, but it may not be applicable for all PNPs.
So we mentioned that Express Entry program is the most popular program, and here are the reasons why. Because it is a merit-based system, so you get score basis your age, your English proficiency, your skill set, your work experience. So basis all these scenarios, and there are some other factors as well, basis your education and all, you get some score. And basis the cutoff, if you're falling under that cutoff, you will be eligible to move to Canada. So basically this program is designed for highly skilled immigrants. That is why if someone has good English communication and has work experience and has a good bachelor's degree, master's degree, it is very easy for them to move to Canada.
Apart from these points, if you have a French proficiency, or you have a sibling who's in Canada, or you have a job offer with a Canadian employer, that will add on to points, so the score will go up for sure. So in 2021, which is last year, Canadian government only focused on people who are already in Canada and working under some Canadian employer, which is the CEC class, Canadian Experience Class. However, we are hoping that starting 2022, which is this year, they may focus on candidates who are outside Canada and who are experienced enough to come to Canada under FSW or FSWP class. So keep following us for those updates.
So if we talk about the processing time, generally the processing time for Express Entry program, be it CEC, FSW, FSWT, is around 6 months. So for us as well, it only took around 6 months if we say overall process end to end. But because of this situation in 2020-2021, the overall duration has increased to 9 months. So processing time is on an average right now 9 months, which in turn increase the backlog of the application to 1.8 million. So just imagine there are 1.8 million applicants who are stuck in the backlog and their files are not getting processed. So of course the processing is slower right now, but eventually in 2022 we are expecting that if the situation gets better, if there is no other variant, Omicron, Tronicon, then the processing time will be improved, and Canadian government will also focus on the FSW applicants, which we are assuming. So overall situation may be better in 2022.
Also, the Canadian government is planning to cut down the backlog to half by the mid of 2022. So we are hoping some good news in terms of reducing the CRS score. So our recommendation would be, if you are still not in the Express Entry pool, just get your file into the pool, because you may get some good news and maybe get an ITA soon.
So overall, by her, the crux is that we may see a huge drop in the CRS score, because in order to clear the backlog, they reduce the score for CEC candidates as well. So similar thing may happen, don't quote us, but may happen for FSW candidates. So if you are on the fence, just make sure that your application is in the pool as soon as possible, because when they will make the decision, they will consider people who are already there in the pool instead of waiting for the people to apply for Express Entry program, because when they will make decision, it will take you at least 2 months to get into the pool. So if you already will be in the pool, you will be able to take advantage and beneficial decisions by Canada immigration.
The biggest benefit of Express Entry is that that you can move to any province in Canada except Quebec, because they have a specific program which we'll talk about in a while. So you can move to any province. Maybe you have some interest in a specific province, so you don't have any restrictions. That is why it is the most popular program.
Yeah, because let's say if you are interested in moving to Vancouver, if you get your PR via PNP program, you might not be able to move to Vancouver. If you get your PR under Express Entry program, then you can move to Vancouver or Ontario or Alberta, Calgary. So that gives you a lot of flexibility. That is one of the reasons why this Express Entry program is more popular. Okay, so those were the all details about Express Entry program. Let's talk about the second immigration program, which is PNP. So as we mentioned, that Express Entry program is very popular because you get score basis your age, basis your education, language capabilities, your work experience. But there are people who are over 35 years of age, they don't have much work experience or education. Then there is very less chance that they will get Canadian PR under Express Entry program. For those people, there is another program which is easier than Express Entry program because you get score basis a job offer, basis specific skill sets. So PNP program is basically provincial nominee program. As we mentioned, in Express Entry program, you can move to any province within Canada, but PNP program is specially designed to fulfill the job market need of specific province. Let's say there are some jobs in demand in Vancouver region. So Vancouver government will roll out some job application for specific skill sets, and people who are there in the Express Entry pool will be able to apply for British Columbia PNP program. So if the skill set will be matched, they will get the job offer. They will get 600 points. So CRS score is generally around 480, 490, 470. So just imagine if you get 600 points from a province, you will be able to move to Canada, but the difference is you will be able to move to specific province. So if you get that 600 points from Ontario province, you will be able to move to Ontario. If you will get that from Alberta, you will be able to move to Alberta. So every province in Canada has a PNP program except Nunavut and Quebec province. They have their special immigration programs. So if you are planning to move to Alberta, British Columbia, Ontario, all of them had their specific PNP programs. And if your scores are less, this is the second best option.
Now you might think that if you get a PNP invitation from a specific province, you may get stuck in that province forever, but that's not the case. As much as the Canadian government thinks about that province and fulfilling the demands of labor shortage in that province, they also think a lot about the immigrants. If for some reason you didn't get a job in that province, maybe there are some health issues, you are not able to settle well in that province, you still have options to move out at a later stage. Obviously, you'll have to prove to the government that what is the reason you want to move out. So there are ways. So never think that you will never be able to move out of that province. So there are always good ways.
But yeah, preference would always be that if you are invited by some province, you spend some time there and you help their economy. But yes, as Manpreet said, the preference will always be given to the immigrant. If they are not able to settle well in that province, they are free to move to any other province where they will be able to settle well, grow their family, or get a better job. So even if we talk about Express Entry program or PNP program, skills are always given preference in Canada. So if you are planning to upskill yourself, I have an amazing tool for you. So on Skillshare, there are so many courses available about technical skills, soft skills, and about creative skills as well. I recently did a project management course because I wanted to refresh my project management skills. So these are self-paced trainings. Whenever I was getting time, I was able to watch the videos, make some notes, and I was able to finish the course within 1 week because I was not stuck to any schedule. Whenever I was getting time, I was able to watch the video and absorb the knowledge. And also there are no ads, so you won't be distracted. Another amazing thing is that first 1,000 people who will click the link in the description will get 1 month free trial of Skillshare. So do not miss the offer. Link is in the description.
Now let's talk about the third immigration program, which is Quebec Immigration Program. Quebec is the primarily French-speaking province of Canada, so they have their own immigration program. Even though they have their own separate immigration program, but at the end, it's the decision of federal government, which is a central government, to decide who gets the PR.
As we mentioned while talking about the PNP programs, that Nunavut and Quebec have separate PNP programs. So now we are talking about Quebec Immigration Program.
Quebec Immigration Program is very popular amongst French-speaking international students and people who have job offers in Quebec. Once you get selected by the Quebec government, you can apply for PR using IRCC website.
So basically in Express Entry program, you get more score if you have proficiency in English language capabilities. But in Quebec Immigration Program, you get more points if you have French language capabilities.
Now let's talk about the fourth option, which is family sponsorship. If you have a family in Canada, you may be eligible to apply under this program. Under this program, Canadians can sponsor their spouses, their dependent children, parents and grandparents. There might be some situations where they can invite invite other family members, but it depends on case-to-case basis.
If we talk about the eligibility for this program, majorly there are 3 eligibility criteria. First is that the sponsor will be able to financially support the family member who are being invited to Canada. Second is the relationship should be genuine in case of spouses specifically, because there have been some frauds happening in terms of fake marriages and spousal sponsorship. So you have to prove that the relationship is genuine. Third is that the family member has to go through the medical eligibility, and there will be some criminal checks as well for the person who is being invited to Canada on sponsorship visa. There are other eligibility as well, but these 3 are the biggest one.
There might be some other criteria based on the country you are coming from, so you have to check the IRCC website and understand what are the documents required.
So as mentioned, there are hundreds of immigration programs to move to Canada. If you're interested in moving to Canada, you can book an appointment with the licensed immigration consultant. Link is down below, and he will be able to guide you which immigration program is suitable for you. So keep supporting us, subscribe the channel, leave a comment down below if you like the video, and do not miss the Skillshare offer. A new learned skill will always help you immigrating to Canada and get a better job in Canada. See you next time. Take care now.